birds aren't real. Originating in 2017, this theory claims that birds, particularly pigeons, have been eradicated and replaced by government surveillance drones between 1959 and 2001. These birds are said to recharge by perching on power lines, which are conveniently placed throughout cities and towns. The birds aren't real movement has a substantial presence on social media platforms, including Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. By presenting an obviously absurd claim with a straight face, the movement encourages audiences to reflect on the nature of belief and the importance of skepticism. Subliminal advertising. Subliminal advertising is a concept that has captivated the public imagination and fueled numerous conspiracy theories since the mid-20th century. The theory posits that advertisers use hidden or subtle messages, typically below the threshold of conscious perception, to manipulate consumers' behavior and influence their purchasing decisions. Common techniques used in subliminal messaging is an example the following: visual embedding, inserting images or text that are flashed quickly on a screen or hidden within larger images too briefly or subtly to be noticed consciously. Auditory embedding, using sound frequencies or backward masking, where messages are recorded backward and played underneath the primary audio track. Spatial arrangement, arranging objects or scenes in advertisements to create suggestive shapes or patterns that convey a hidden message. In 1957, Vickery claimed that he had successfully increased sales of popcorn and Coca-Cola in a movie theater by flashing the messages "Drink Coca-Cola" and "Eat popcorn" on the screen for fractions of a second, too quickly for viewers to consciously perceive. Although Vickery later admitted to fabricating the results, his experiment had already sown the seeds of intrigue and concern about the potential power of subliminal messages. Lizard people. The lizard people theory, also known as the reptilian conspiracy, is one of the most outlandish and imaginative conspiracy theories in contemporary culture. This theory posits that shape-shifting reptilian aliens disguised as humans have infiltrated positions of power and influence across the globe. Proponents of this theory commonly point to symbolism, such as the all-seeing eye being present everywhere in pop culture, or some people's a bit too much love for reptilians. They also commonly present video evidence of unusual eye movements or strange behavior in humans. Most proof provided for this theory is anecdotal, symbolic interpretations, or speculative connections to historical or cultural references. Disney created Frozen to change Google search results. In this day and age, the idea that Disney created the 2013 animated film Frozen to manipulate Google search results might not come as a surprise to you. According to this theory, the entertainment giant's true motive for producing the wildly successful film was not purely artistic or commercial, but rather to divert attention away from long-standing rumors and controversies surrounding Walt Disney himself. Before the film's release, searching for Disney Frozen would often bring up articles, blog posts, and discussions about the conspiracy theory about Walt Disney being cryogenically frozen. Well, after the film's release, the same search terms now lead primarily to content about the animated movie, its soundtrack, and related merchandise. This dramatic shift in search results is seen as a deliberate attempt to overshadow the cryogenic myth. The flat moon theory. Unlike the more widely known flat Earth theory, which posits that the Earth is flat rather than spherical, proponents of the flat moon theory argue that the moon itself is flat, not a spherical body as commonly accepted. The origins of the flat moon theory are relatively obscure compared to other conspiracy theories. It likely emerged as an offshoot of the flat Earth theory, which gained traction among certain groups challenging mainstream scientific consensus. The theory gained some attention on online forums, social media platforms, and within small communities of conspiracy theorists who question established scientific paradigms. Prince Charles is a vampire. Despite lacking any credible evidence, the theory has captured the imagination of some fringe believers who interpret certain aspects of Prince Charles's life and appearance through a supernatural lens. Proponents point to his slow, aging royal lineage, paleness, and private life as proof for this theory's validity. The theory lacks credible evidence and is widely dismissed by skeptics and experts worldwide. The origins of the Prince Charles is a vampire theory are murky and likely stem from a blend of fictional storytelling, satire, and conspiratorial thinking. It gained traction primarily in online forums, tabloid newspapers, and among fringe groups fascinated with vampire lore and royal intrigue. The Philadelphia Experiment. The Philadelphia Experiment is a conspiracy theory that alleges a secret military experiment conducted by the United States Navy during World War II. This experiment purportedly aimed to render the USS Eldridge, a naval destroyer escort, invisible to radar and even to the naked eye. The theory suggests that the experiment not only succeeded in making the ship invisible, but also had unintended consequences, including teleportation and time travel. According to the Philadelphia Experiment theory, the U.S. Navy conducted a classified experiment using Einstein's unified field theory to create an electromagnetic cloaking device. The goal was to render the USS Eldridge invisible to enemy radar by generating a powerful electromagnetic field around the ship. This theory is mostly backed by eyewitness testimonies. J.K. Rowling doesn't exist. According to the J.K. Rowling doesn't exist theory, the persona of J.K. Rowling is a manufactured identity created by a team of writers, marketers, and publishers. This collective effort allegedly crafted a compelling backstory for the author. Proponents of the J.K. Rowling doesn't exist theory present several arguments for their theory, like literary style and diversity, public relations strategy, and cultural impact. While not grounded in factual evidence, the theory has gained traction on online discussion platforms and social media, primarily as a playful critique of celebrity culture, authorship, and the phenomenon surrounding the Harry Potter series. NASA's Mars rovers are actually on Earth. According to proponents of the theory, NASA's Mars rovers, including Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance, have not actually been sent to Mars. Instead, these rovers are purportedly operating in remote and barren locations on Earth, such as deserts or isolated landscapes, designed to resemble the Martian terrain. The alleged motivations behind this deception vary, with some suggesting it is a cost-saving measure, while others propose it is intended to maintain public interest and support for NASA's missions. They point to evidence such as pointing out how similar the terrain on the Moon is compared to what we already know on Earth, like deserts. How the delay in video and communications must be added in to give the illusion of distance. The lack of independent verification. They argue that the public is unable to verify the authenticity of Mars missions due to their reliance on official sources. Big Pharma is suppressing natural cures. This conspiracy theory alleges that pharmaceutical corporations, driven by profit motives, deliberately withhold or discredit inexpensive and effective natural remedies in favor of patented drugs that generate significant revenue. Critics point to historical cases where pharmaceutical companies have been implicated in unethical practices, such as withholding safety data or promoting off-label use of drugs. Personal testimonials and case studies are often cited as evidence of individuals benefiting from natural remedies that are allegedly suppressed by pharmaceutical interests. The rise of alternative health movements and holistic medicine practices is seen as a grassroots response to perceived deficiencies in conventional healthcare. The origins of the Big Pharma is suppressing natural cures theory can be traced to long-standing skepticism toward pharmaceutical companies and the healthcare industry. The theory gained momentum in the late 20th and early 21st centuries as interest in alternative medicine, holistic healing practices, and natural remedies grew among the public. Proponents of the theory argue that pharmaceutical companies prioritize profits over public health, leading to the suppression of non-patentable natural treatments that could potentially compete with their products.